Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Straight Fire Picks. Best bets for Thursday Night Football, Week 5, between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks on Thursday, October 7th, 2021. My name is Steve, and we're going to have 3 picks here for you that I think are great value bets for the Thursday Night Football game. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support in the channel. If you are new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps us grow the channel. We're trying to reach 700 subscribers here by the end of the week, so appreciate your help out with that. Quick announcement, we're actually going to have a live stream for this football game on Thursday night, starting between 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We might start a little bit later than we normally do. Normally we start right at 7:45, but allowing a little bit of time in there, just in case I get home a little bit late. Okay, and now going over our Comet Capper section from the last 2 episodes here on Primetime Football. So Sunday and Monday Night Football. We had Gotta Get the Bag once again on Sunday Night Football, calling out the under 301 yards on Tom Brady. Cash that one. That was our only call out in the stream for Sunday Night Football. For Monday Night Football, we had KJ calling out the over on receiving yards for Henry Ruggs. Cash that one. We had Gotta Get the Bag once again, calling the under 282.5 passing yards on Derek Carr. Cash that one as well. And we had Magic Man calling the under in sacks on Max Crosby. So cash that one as well. And then we had Arthur calling out the Darren Waller touchdown and Austin Eckler rushing yards. The over on that, cash those as well. So well done in the chat, guys. As far as our stream picks go for the last couple episodes, Sunday night was really good. We went 3-1. Cashed the first quarter spread on the Bucks minus 2.5. Cash that one. We cashed the Tom Brady rushing yards. Got that 1 rushing yard that we wanted. He ended up with 3. And we were able to cash the Mac Jones over on passing yards as well. So those were our 3 hits. And then we missed on the longest rush attempt there from Leonard Fournette. He came right out of the gate, got like 20. So what can he do? They hadn't had one of those all season. So what can you do about that? Monday night, as far as our stream picks, we went 0-3, unfortunately. It was not very good. We had Darren Waller over receiving yards in that game and just didn't get him involved enough early. If there were holes there, they just weren't looking his way enough, in my opinion. And I was talking a lot about that on the stream. He ended up with about 50 receiving yards. Did catch a touchdown, though, which we did recommend that. In our recommendations, I said, hey, look at your tight ends. And if you took your tight end props, your starting tight end props, as far as the over for receiving yards and the touchdowns, you cashed 3 out of 4. Because Jared Cook found his way in the end zone, a guy we talked about for value. Darren Waller got in the end zone. Cook got the receiving yards. We just missed on the one that we had, which was the Waller receiving yards. So what can you do about that? The Derek Carr over on the rushing yards. He ended up with 6. We needed over 6.5. He literally gave it up at the end of the game. He could have easily picked up more rushing yards at the end, and he slid really early. And everybody that was watching it with me was like, you got to be kidding me. So what can you do about that? And then when our parlay missed, Chargers really controlled this game. So, you know, I was hoping we'd get a lucky cash on that, a late cash, which was definitely possible, just couldn't quite get it. So what can you do? So like I said, all together, 3-4 between the 2 episodes. We're going to get after it tonight, though. For this game, we're going to get that 3-0. So getting right into our picks, at number 1, we are going with the Los Angeles Rams minus 2.5 spread versus the Seahawks here at minus 105 odds. So I think this is going to be a big wake-up call game for the Rams. I think this is going to be a bounce back for them off a complete dud of a performance against the Cardinals. Lost 37-20. Really didn't play great on either side of the ball, at least to their expectations anyway. So I expect Stafford and company here to bounce back. Stafford leading the 4th best passing attack coming into this game. 1,222 yards on the season, 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So Stafford's been killing it. Having an MVP-like season thus far. But obviously didn't lead his team last week in the way it needed to go. He's got a good matchup this week, though. Seahawks defense, 28th versus the pass, 32nd versus the run. They are atrocious this year on the defensive side. So I definitely expect Stafford to have his way in this game. And as far as on the other side for the Seahawks on offense, they've been kind of unimpressive really on both sides of the ball. They have been able to pull out a couple wins, but they're 18th in rushing and passing on offense. So their offense has been a little bit inefficient as well. Not what we're used to seeing out of the Seahawks, obviously led by Russell Wilson. And obviously we just talked about that Seahawks defense too, not looking good. And as far as for the Rams now on defense, 21st versus the run, 25th versus the pass. They have issues as well, but their issues aren't as deep as the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks definitely have more depth issues and talent issues on the defensive side of the ball. I think it'll show itself in this game. So take it there for your number one pick. We got the Rams minus 2.5 spread versus the Seahawks at minus 105 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we are going with Van Jefferson over 43.5 receiving yards here for the Rams at minus 114 odds. So Jefferson and Stafford so far to start the season have had a really good connection. Jefferson 13 catches, 226 yards, and 2 touchdowns so far this season. Already a career high for him. This is his second year, already eclipsed his rookie season total. Right now he's outpacing Robert Woods as far as in yardage, 226 to 172. Woods with 172 receiving yards. And what I like really the best about this bet is the last 2 games. Last 2 games, Van Jefferson has 12 targets, 10 catches, 132 yards, and a touchdown. He'd had 3 targets in each of the previous 2 games to start the season. So I really like that they're targeting him more, and they should be. Not only is he getting targeted, he's making the catches. 10 out of 12 is a pretty good percentage. When you compare that to Woods has not been that good as far as that goes. Woods 15 catches on 25 targets. That's about 60%. And he's had the same amount of targets as Jefferson the last 2 weeks. 6 targets the last 2 weeks for Woods. So that's where I think you're getting sneaky value here on Van Jefferson. Jefferson's receiving total is under Woods by about 15 yards. Woods is sitting up in about the 57 to 58 range. You got Jefferson back here at 43.5. So I like that. The connection's been there from Stafford, right? So like I said, the recent success, getting Jefferson more involved. Obviously, you've seen how explosive he could be. So take it there for your number 2 pick. Van Jefferson over 43.5 receiving yards here for the Rams at minus 114 odds. Okay, and finally at number 3, we are going with Russell Wilson over 21.5 rushing yards here for the Seahawks at minus 114 odds. So a couple things I really like about this bet. I like that the Rams are extremely capable of giving up rushing yards to quarterbacks. So far this season, quarterbacks have 103 rushing yards and a touchdown versus the Rams this season. That includes Tom Brady and Andy Dalton, 2 very immobile quarterbacks that also had rushing yards versus this team as well. Brady had 14 and a touchdown, and Dalton had 13. And then the other 2 quarterbacks, Wentz had 37, Kyler Murray had 39. So I put Russell Wilson right in the Carson Wentz category as far as a running quarterback. Very capable of running with the football. He's not looking to run with it as much as Kyler Murray is. Obviously, Murray's more designed to do that. But Russell Wilson definitely will look for his opportunities to scramble. He has this season. He hasn't had as much success running the football as he normally does. So far, Wilson has 58 yards on the season rushing. He's cashed this line in just 1 out of 4. So when you look at that, you're like, I'm not as encouraged by that. But when you think about the matchup that he has here with the Rams, think about Russell Wilson getting out on the edge, right? Getting out on the edge, rolling out. He's going to look down the field. Jalen Ramsey and Darius Williams are going to be in coverage. I think they're going to lock down Metcalf and Lockett. Not completely all game, but there's definitely going to be plays where Darius Williams and Jalen Ramsey have their way with the wide receivers, and Russell Wilson will have to make a decision to run with the football. And when he does, I think he'll have a very good opportunity to cash this by getting a couple of carries. So I love it there for a 3 pick. Russell Wilson over 21.5 rushing yards here for the Seahawks at minus 114 odds. Okay, and that's going to do it for our official picks for the day. I did have some additional thoughts on this game as well as far as anytime touchdown scores. This is another one of those games where you're not going to get a ton of great value on anytime touchdown scores. There's like six anytime touchdown scores that are minus 115 odds or worse. So I don't love that. I'm not going to touch any of those because to me that's just not worth it. I'm going to look at our tight ends again. Again, this is another tight end game. Seahawks and the Rams are 19th and 20th versus tight ends as far as fantasy points given up. So I like that. Gerald Everett on the other side here for the Seahawks is playing against his former team. So a little bit of extra motivation for him. His anytime touchdown prop is plus 260. So honestly, I love the value on that. Can't make that an official bet though, because that is a bit of a dart throw as far as that goes. Tyler Higbee on the Rams side is plus 190. So I like that as well. Higbee's had a great season so far. He's been very involved in the passing game, so I like Tyler Higbee as well. So as far as the props, you could play the over on receiving yards on these guys. You could play the anytime touchdown scorers on these guys. I think they're great values if you're looking for extra stuff to play. Those are, again, not official picks, but those are, recommendations if you're looking to attack a matchup in this game. Very good matchups there for the tight ends. Okay, that's going to do it for our picks for the day. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're trying to reach 700 subscribers here by the end of the week. And remember, we will have a live stream coming up during this football game as well. So looking forward to catching you all at that. Other than that, it's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you next time. Peace out.